Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and bishops at the Great Millstone. Peace and blessings, salutations as always to the hopeful elect. So this video right here from Patrick Humphrey, I was prompted to check this out by a sister on the comment board. And as you can see the title here, Emergency Alert, China warns citizens to leave USA now. Be prepared for, quote, unexpected situation. And of course, we know that this is on par for the times, all right? These elites, especially the elites of Edom, they're setting up many false flag attacks that are going to induce terror to take over the land. You see? So we always bring it out. This is an order out of chaos scenario. But see, what's crucial to understand is that China is also playing a big part in this order out of chaos scenario. All right? So you cannot be ignorant of Satan's devices. Let me get it in 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right, so you cannot be ignorant of the devices of Satan, man. See, because we understand that all these nations that have come together in this time, pursuing to Psalms 83, it gives you a rundown of the nations that are enemies of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and they came confederate together against the Israelites to take us away from being a nation. Well, guess what? You're seeing these same nations today work in conjunction, but of course, the Lord has sowed division amongst them as well. So there's a lot going on in between that. But the main thing of what we want to focus on here is China and America, Babylon the Great. See, because on paper, they've put this narrative out there that, oh, China and America are at odds, which there is some contention there. But let's not forget what happened in 2020 with the whole CV-19. There was reports coming out from many sources that say that this pestilence originated in China and that the U.S. actually patented this disease in the States. And we also know right now, I've brought out articles in the past that there are biolabs set up in America that are being used to research and experiment with new diseases that will eventually be released on the public. And these biolabs are present in every American state, and China is funding them. So again, let's not be ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay, the devil, he's going to put a narrative out there. Oh, America and China, they're at odds, but we know behind the scenes they're actually working together. See, this is what we've seen all along. Is not America, Babylon the Great, and the whole of the beast system, are they not trying to set up a social credit score, digital technocracy in the West that exists in China already? The system that they want to set up, they're taking this from China, because China has already been practicing this system of government for years now. Klaus Schwab even said himself that the government that is being ran in China with the whole digital technocracy, that's an exemplary form of government to implement in the Great Reset agenda. So you can't tell me that these two particular nations are not working together. You see? So when it comes to this warning of China telling their citizens to leave the USA now, just know that they're in on it. Okay, just know that China, they're in bed with Esau, man. Okay, as well as these other nations. So of course they have a foresight into calamities and false flags, black swan events that are coming. This is why they're warning Chinese citizens, yo, get out of America, get out of Dodge, okay? Because some ish is about to hit the fan real soon. You see, in the men of the Lord, we've been telling you that the ish is going to hit the fan. And what we've been saying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Shai has not failed, man. Okay, everything that the men of the Lord, starting with the elders and apostles, have been bringing out for years is happening. All right, you can't gainsay, you can't scoff against it. It is what it is. And every day that goes by, the men of the Lord, Yahweh Basham Shai, is justified even more. You see, for prophecy's sake, for truth's sake. Let me get this as well. In Ephesians 5 and 15, it says, matter of fact, 14, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua shall give thee light. Verse 15, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. 16, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So understanding the will of the Lord, we understand that ultimately destruction is being set up. Okay, punishment is coming for the wicked, and all these calamities and terror attacks that are about to take place. This is all to punish the wicked. These things are coming as a snare for their iniquity, right? But understand what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Yeah. So, what I'm saying? We're supposed to walk in the Spirit, be circumspect, which means to watch, okay, to watch around you, pay attention to things that's going on in world news and in domestic news as well, okay, so you can be up on the times, man. See, because these are some very dangerous, perilous times that we're in, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are on edge. You can really wake up one morning and, all hell is breaking loose. It can happen just like that. So we're going to go ahead and check out a little bit of this video, and it's, of course, bring it out through the spirit, man, because, we in some heavy times right now, and people have no idea. Let's get into it.
This travel warning that was just issued, check this out. It says China issues travel warning for the U.S. It says China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs on March 29th warned citizens of challenging travel conditions to the U.S. due to a spike in cases where Chinese students and company employees were subjected to, quote, unwarranted interrogation and harassment by U.S. law enforcement officers. All right. And they're saying China's travel advisory for citizens entering the U.S. urges safety precautions and preparations for, quote, various unexpected situations, detailed a South China Morning Post news report. All right, so they're saying that do not talk to law enforcement inside the U.S., and they're using this situation to say, hey, just don't talk to them. Don't talk to U.S. law enforcement because they're targeting you. And then they're also saying that they need to have safety precautions and preparations for, quote, various unexpected situations.
So I know y'all heard that, right? So various unexpected situations. Now, why would China be knowing of unexpected situations that are going to happen in America if they weren't given insight into what's actually about to happen? You see, so China, they know something, but see, they've been let in on it by the American government. See, because we're in a time where they've already told you, okay, false flags are about to be through the roof. All right. You have a lot of migrants that have come into America that are residing in these sanctuary cities and in other places, to where you see that there's been an increase in crime. Police departments are resigning all around the country due to this sharp increase in these migrants. And mind you, these migrants are not just coming from South America. A lot of Chinese military-aged men migrants, they've come over the border. Syrian nationals, Iranian nationals, African, different African nations. But look, the bottom line is We know that these are UN paid troops that have been paid to come into America and complete a certain task. Okay, some of them are going to go into the military, but a lot of them are going to be domestic terrorists. Okay, let's just keep it 100, man. A lot of them are going to be domestic terrorists. They're going to be used as agent provocateurs of chaos to cause fear and terror in America, so that ultimately what? People will fall into a state of confusion, fear, and when the elites come with the solution, when they come with that peace and safety, the people will bow down. Okay, they're gonna willingly accept whatever form of peace and comfort that they can get from the elites. But this is the chaos that's being manufactured. All right, this is why China can tell Chinese citizens in America to leave and get out, because unexpected situations are coming. They know what's going on, which again shows you that they're all plugged in, man. It's not a coincidence. Let's continue.
What does that mean? What does that mean? All right, so this is big that China is issuing this alert, and this could mean that there's some kind of preemptive knowledge, and this could be the call for something to potentially happen. Because look at this, right? This is what just happened a few days ago. This is being reported by U.S. Border Patrol Chief Patrol Agent Gregory K. Bovino. He said Border Patrol agents responded to a call from the Marine Corps base about a Chinese national who entered the base without authorization, ignoring orders to leave. Subject was confirmed to be in the country illegally. His purpose and intent behind his actions are still being investigated. All right, this was just a few days ago on March 29th, the same day that this travel advisory was issued. All right, this guy stormed a Marine Corps base and he refused to leave, ignoring orders to leave, and he's in the country illegally, refusing to leave, and he's not telling anyone what he's doing. This could have been a dry run to see a response, to see what's going to happen if a U.S. military base is stormed or subjected to some kind of attack, see how long it takes to respond. All right, so this.
And look, these military age men, right? They're about to open up on America real soon. Okay, they just waiting for the go ahead, but they're already in position. They're just awaiting orders. All right. Then on top of that, the laws that are being put in place in America by these politicians, you know, just absurd laws that just make no sense. You see clearly, they're setting something up. All right. Like fear. Listen, man, fear is the theme of the day. All right. It's to cause fear, to cause doubt, confusion, so that ultimately they can more easily implement their order. Put in this new system. But this is all a part of it. Okay. All of this is a part of it, man. All right. And these false flags are going to come by way of these particular agent provocateurs. You see? But China is in on it. All right. A lot of these military age men that are coming over here, they've already, been given the drop on where the easy targets are going to be at. And best believe that these big cities, they're going to be a hotbed of these terror attacks. Okay, like you're going to be seeing stuff pop off left and right, and people not going to understand what's going on. People are going to be just so afraid that they're just going to want some sense of normalcy. But see, they're not going to understand that normalcy as they know it now is about to be no more. You see, Yahweh Bashmel Shah is setting up Babylon the Great to be taken in a spoil. And these men that have come over the borders, that have been let in, all right, let's not forget that. They've been let into the border. And brothers have done articles, I've done articles, man, to where, reports came out that even when they did catch or detain some of these military age men that are nationals of other countries, they would release them back into the American population. They wouldn't put them in jail. They wouldn't hold them, wouldn't question them, wouldn't book them, nothing. They just catch them. They might ask them one or two questions, which, majority of these men don't even speak English, man. You see? They might ask them a question or two, then they say, okay, yeah, you're good to go, and they just release them back out there. So you'd have to be a fool to not see that chaos is being manufactured here. Let's continue.
Happened on the same day that China issued this travel alert. Very suspicious. Not saying it was something, but it seems like it's something. Seems like it could be connected. All right, so that could have been a dry run, and we could see something bigger. The U.S. is wide open. The United States is wide open, and it's a major national security risk for our country every single day that goes by. You can see here, all right, this is what's also happening at our border and in our country. It says we're less than halfway into fiscal year 2024, and the number of people on the terror watch list arrested at the border is more than fiscal year 2017 to 2021 combined.
See that? The number of people on the terror watch list arrested at the border is more than fiscal year 2017 to 21 combined, man. So again, what is this telling you? What? Come on, man. We shouldn't even have to tell you at this point. It's obvious. Like, these devils are so blatant with the agenda now. You'd have to be a damn rock, okay, to not see what's going on. Like, if you can't see what's going on here, I'll just quote Bishop Nate from IUIC, even though he's going off, but, I'll just quote him. If you can't see that this is a terroristic event that's being set up in America, you either stupid as hell or you don't want to see it. All right? That's the only two things, man. Or you have an agenda. You see, but other than that, look, man, it's clear. It's clear to see. All right, a 5-year-old can see this, man. Let's continue.
So more than 4 years combined. It says regardless of what Biden says, the national security threat from his open border is real and a growing threat. That's what Dr. Roger Marshall has said. All right, and he's actually a U.S. representative. He's a government representative. And you can see here, right, just in fiscal year 24, 69 people have been arrested in only 5 months that are on the FBI terror watch list. But from 2017 to 2021, there were only 26 people total for 4 whole years. So something's happening. Something different is happening. And our country is at a much higher risk. And this is just the amount of people that have been caught. All right, so the amount of people that slip through the cracks and are, quote, gotaways is, who knows, hundreds of times higher than this number of people that we don't even know who they are. They just crossed and they were never processed, because if somebody knows they're potentially on this watch list, they probably don't want to be processed by Border Patrol. If they are smart, they're probably going to avoid law enforcement. So,
and another thing is that majority of law enforcement, they don't even understand that these people coming over the border, especially the military age men, that they're UN troops. They don't understand that. They've pretty much just been given an order by the federal government to pretty much just let these people in because they've been labeled as migrants or refugees, but that's really all cover up. You see, and like I just mentioned, they've caught what they call special interest aliens coming over the border from Iran, from China, from Russia, from certain African nations, right? Mind you, they call these people special interest aliens, which means that these are individuals that are highly recognized for their threat of terror. But when they caught these people, what did they do? They didn't process them. They didn't book them. They pretty much just detained them for a few hours, and released them back into the migrant surge. So, like Patrick Humphrey said, America is wide open, man. Okay, and it's all being deliberately done to collapse this place. And ultimately, we understand that this is the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to collapse America. All right, this place has been set up for the spoil. You see? And there's nothing that anybody can do to reverse this. There's nothing that anybody can do to make America the great country that it once was. Why? Because now is the time for the Israelites to be freed, man. Okay, now is the time for us to get the hell up out of here. But before we get up out of here, man, you see, it's going to be a lot of weeping, gnashing of teeth. It's going to be a lot of mourning. It's going to be a lot of babies crying. Women are going to be getting raped, and men are going to be afraid. Listen, the scriptures tell you about this, man. But this is the scenario that's being set up. This is why we tell you to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, nothing else matters, man. The fashion of this world is passing away. If you don't fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, what's being set up is going to come for you. See, because ultimately, these military-aged men that have come over the border, their spirits created for vengeance, man. All right? It tells you about that in Sirach, the 39th chapter. Spirits created for vengeance. Okay, and what are these spirits of vengeance going to do? They're going to lay on sore strokes, man. And these things are to punish who? To punish the wicked. You see that? These things are to punish the wicked, man. It's not set up to punish the righteous, those that fear the Lord. No, this is coming for 2/3 niggas. Okay, this is coming for Edomites and these other nations, man. This is what the Lord is setting up to punish the wicked of the earth. Let's continue.
Or at least have fake identities, things along these lines, so they don't show up in these databases. And that's another major issue, is that there's mass abandonments of IDs at the border. People carry their IDs all the way through all these other countries, and then they get to the U.S. border and they dump them. And there's reporters finding hundreds of them every single day at the border of people's IDs that they've just dumped.
And that also tells you that this is a covert operation. Okay, these military-aged men, these so-called migrants, paid mercenaries, right? They're not supposed to have an identity. Okay, they're supposed to remain anonymous until the job is done. All right, and if you are ever confused about what's really about to happen in America, go and watch Forever Purge. Okay, go and watch Purge Election Year. As a matter of fact, I would recommend to go watch all the Purge movies, especially now, man, because this is what's being set up. This is directly what's being set up. But yeah, of course, there is no need to have an ID, to have any identification for an individual if you've been sent to do a task. Okay, because you're not supposed to be known. You're supposed to come, do the job, and get the hell out of Dodge, man. Because listen, more hell is going to come. It's going to start with the migrants, but things are going to turn up after that, man. All right, and let me jump to this point in the video. All right, because this is really where it gets wild.
Things like this are happening. Look at this. This is insane, this headline. All right. El Paso judge orders the release of, quote, migrants accused of border riots. All right. So do you remember that video is everywhere? I posted on here a week or two ago now, where the National Guard was bum rushed, overwhelmed. They knocked them over. They took out the fence, everything. All right. Do you remember that? And now these people were arrested for assaulting soldiers, National Guard members, okay? And now a judge is ordering them to be released. To be released. Why would they be released after they assaulted a National Guard member?
Again, none of this makes any sense. So you assaulted a National Guard member. This is an entity that's supposed to protect the U.S. border, but they get attacked, and judges are ordering for these people to be let off. Oh man, see, and as we always say, these people have not seen nothing yet, man. This is only the tip of the iceberg. You see, pretty soon there is going to be an actual purge in America, because this is really laying the precedent for that to even be set up right now. You see, they're going to allow, see, and I truly believe that Esau is going to do this, man, because he's shown you in the movies. I truly believe that Esau, he's going to pass a law to pretty much defund the police. There's going to be no more police, no more EMTs, no more emergency first responders. Okay, all that's going to be cut out. And once that happens, the precedent has been set for there to be legal deletions, man. Okay, read between the lines. People are going to be allowed by law to go out and delete. And a lot of these military age men, they're going to be used to do it. Okay, they're going to be used to go about the streets and get busy, man. This is the time of judgment. This is the time of vengeance. But who's bringing it? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So if the Lord is bringing it, you want to be on the right side of judgment. Okay, you want to be exempt from what's coming, man. Because this is the wrath of the Lord. You see? Before Yahushua come, this is the wrath of the Lord coming down upon the earth. Okay, and this is also the devil coming down with great wrath as well. But Esau is just a vessel being used by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to carry out his vengeance. You see? Let's continue.
And the scene was chaos. People were screaming. They were running up. There was 2 fences, and they ran up to the second fence and were banging on it, rushing the other fence, screaming, banging on it. These are all military-age men. And they're trampling on top of our National Guard troops that are defending our border in our country. So if we have troops on the border and they can't even stop this, then who can stop this? Who's in charge right now? Who can actually stop this if having the National Guard there can't even stop it? And then there's no law and order. There's not even any justice for the troops. They're pretty much saying that they're not going to back up the troops and support them, even if they're assaulted and trampled on. So what does that do for morale? Why would they even want to defend this when they just get trampled on? They're just ragdolls for this. It's insane. It's completely backwards. And I really hope that something changes soon. Right? So get prepared now, guys. China has issued this travel warning, and they're saying be prepared for, quote, various unexpected situations. So you need to be prepared for it too. You need to be stocked up. Safety precautions, right? You need to be out of these big cities. You need to be on high alert, head on a swivel, be looking around, all right? Figuring out the situation. Have situational awareness of your surroundings, because that's one of the most important things, is to see.
And that's spiritual, because like I quoted earlier in 2 Corinthians 2:11, to watch and be circumspect. Okay, to exactly what he's saying. Okay, watch your surroundings. Okay, be aware at all times of what's going on, because that's the times that we're in. You can't afford to just be out here living in la la land. Okay, you can't afford in this time especially to be lost in the sauce, because the majority of people are, and that's why majority of people, they're going to be taken. Okay, they're going to be taken when they least expect it, man. Why do you think follow home robberies are at an all-time high? You see, home invasions. Okay, squatters breaking up into people's houses, man. All right. You leave in your house for 5 minutes and then you come back and it's a damn squatter up inside your home. And by law, you're not even allowed to put them out unless they come and arrest you. So yeah, you gotta watch and be circumspect, man, at all times. Okay, fear the Lord. That's the point.
See something before it's even happening and start reacting before then and have plans in your head. All right, that looks like something. That can maybe be something. And have a scenario in your head that you can respond to. All right, that's what prepping and being prepared for is all about. All right, so watch out. We could see something big happen in the US, and we could even see a response, right? And today too, this just happened today. There was a major military attack on a Iranian embassy from Israel. You can see here it says Iran says Israel bombs its embassy in Syria and kills top Iranian commander. All right, so this just happened. This was in Damascus. And the reason why this matters is because our border is wide open. And when these conflicts overseas bubble up, we now could see.
Make your videos stand out with Movavi Effects Store. Let
potential consequences inside the US from things that are going on overseas. We could see retaliations, we could see responses because we're wide open.
Yeah, and all this stuff is connected. Okay, stuff is going on overseas. It directly affects what happens here in America. And like I brought out earlier, man, Iranian nationals have been caught coming through the border. Understand? So now that this now that Israel has bombed an Iranian embassy in Syria, and it's pretty much killed their top commanders. Iran has came out and said that they will retaliate against Israel for that. So we see that those tensions in the so-called Middle East continue to rise, and things are not going down. These world leaders actually came together and said that peace is off the table. When it comes to that whole Gaza war. They don't want peace. Russia, Ukraine. These things are going to intensify, and ultimately because it's the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay, that's the point, man. That's why we, as we read in Ephesians 5 and 16, to understand what the will of the Lord is. The will of the Lord is to gather all these nations together so that they can do battle in that region. Okay, because all these nations, they're going to converge upon the Holy Land of Jerusalem, Israel, and that's where the final war is going to take place. All right, it tells you in Revelation that when you see that the Euphrates River is completely dried up, which it is now, that's to make way for the kings of the east, which is who? China, Russia, Iran, Afghanistan, India, Pakistan, North Korea. You see, all these nations are going to converge upon the Holy Land, man. Really that whole BRICS alliance. Okay, they're going to come together. And as the scriptures say as well, that the least of the flock, and the least of the flock is Israel, is going to draw out these bigger guns. And this is exactly what you see taking place, man. But yeah, this look, man, America is through. This place is being set up for a spoil. Let's go to Jeremiah 51 and 47. It says, "Therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her." Verse 48. "Then the heaven and the earth and all that is therein shall sing for Babylon, for the spoilers shall come up unto her from the north, saith the Lord." You see, so these spoilers, man, this border has been wide open for years, for months. All right, these spoilers have came into America, and this is all the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is to take a spoil in Babylon the Great, man. All right, as Babylon hath caused the slain of Israel to fall. You see that? So all the unrighteousness, okay, all the affliction, the oppression, hanging Jake from trees, feeding Israelite children to alligators, using our skin to make handbags and shoes and souvenirs. You see, burning our people, man. Just all kind of wickedness that was done to Jake. You see, the slain of Israel to fall. So at Babylon shall fall the slain of all the earth. You see, so what is this? The nations reaping what they have sown. All right, this is what's coming upon Babylon the Great, really upon the whole world, but especially Babylon the Great. Okay, because this is the greatest kingdom and also the most wicked kingdom to ever exist upon the earth. Okay, Babylon is the glory of all kingdoms. Babylon is pretty much a culmination of all former kingdoms combined into one. All right, verse 50. Ye that have escaped the sword, go away, stand not still. Remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind. It says in verse 51, we are confounded because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces, for strangers are come into the sanctuaries of the Lord's house. Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will do judgment upon her graven images, and through all her land the wounded shall groan. Verse 53, though Babylon shall mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord. You see, that's what these spoilers are come. Okay, these spoilers in the form of military aged men that are agent provocateurs of chaos. They've been sent here to do one thing, and that's to spoil Babylon the Great. Okay, to spoil these wicked, proud people, man. This place is through. It's done. Where was I at? Verse 55. Because the Lord has spoiled Babylon and destroyed out of her the great voice. When her waves do roar like great waters, a noise of their voice is uttered. Verse 56. Because the spoiler is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken. Every one of their bows is broken. For the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of recompenses shall surely requite. And when you go into that word requite, let's go into that word requite real quick. It means to return or avenge, to make appropriate return for a favor, service, or wrongdoing. So requite goes into what? Vengeance. Okay, this is another word of vengeance. So the Lord is bringing vengeance upon Babylon the Great. See, but this place is ripe for the taking. It's about time Babylon the Great fall, man. Call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let's just play a little bit more of this and we can close out.
Do you not know who is in our country? You can bet almost $1 million that Iran at least has sent spies, military units over here, bare minimum for reconnaissance, to see what's going on, to scope things out, for data mapping, for all these things. You can bare minimum, they're at least doing things like that. Every country on earth is right now. The United States is wide open. Bare minimum, much less if there's any type of plans for an attack or a retaliation, or there's just some kind of organic retaliation from some kind of group that's here, that's been allowed to slip through the cracks. All right, we've seen these warnings over and over from top officials. They know what's going on. There's no way that they can feign ignorance on this issue. They know what's happening. And when we see these escalations overseas, it can now affect us. So make sure you guys are getting prepared. All right, get your gas tanks filled up, your water tanks filled up. We could see a big cyber attack as well. All right, Iran has high cyber capabilities, so does China. All right, I've been warning after warning how the government's saying China's going to do a big cyber attack. They're going to do something big. This could potentially be what they are alluding to and what they are warning of. So make sure.
Yeah, see, he's going into that carnal solution, get gas, buy food and water. Not saying that none of that is wicked, but that's what he trusts in. You see, that's his saving grace, if you will. But those of us that serve and worship and revere and fear Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, we understand that seeking the Lord while he may be found is your best option. Really, that's your only option, man. Okay. That's the only option. Like, there is no other way. What's coming, you can't save yourself from it. It doesn't matter if you a damn former Green Beret or you a damn Navy SEAL, man. You gonna be fooled just like everybody else because you don't have the protection of Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. That's the answer, man. Fear the Lord, keep the commandments to the best of your ability. Walk in rehearse the righteous acts. Serve the Lord. That's it. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. Hopefully this was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. Until next time, shalom to the elect. On to the next one.